Hey everybody, this is Jurgen, the Badass Homesteader. 2015 was a great year. I gotta thank all of you. Just going through everything that's happened this year, it's kind of hard to remember everything. So I'm just looking at my YouTube page to see everything that we've done so far. Beginning of the year, we started with bees. I mean, I never imagined how complex these little girls are. It's been interesting, it's been trying. Some of the times I really wanted to quit and give up. It was just kind of too complicated and I dove too far into the deep end. But it was a good learning experience and I really don't regret any of it. Also to the guys at Permies for proposing the ideas for how to treat some of these beehives, that old Japanese style where you burn the wood. It's wicked cool looking and I think it'll help during the winter time to give the girls a little bit more heat. Also got more into ham radio this year. It's an interesting hobby. It can get too gear orientated, but if you keep that in check and you have a budget, it can be really fun reaching out to different people. So far this year, my farthest reach is Texas, so about 1,300 miles from the farm. Also done some digital modes with the ham radio, sending emails, doing internet over it. It's been a real fun, and I never really realized all the different aspects that are with ham radio. A big thank you to all my neighbors. There's been a couple times I really got myself into a bind at the farm, and if it wasn't for them to get me out of a ditch or tell me what maybe I want to do instead of something else, this wouldn't be possible. I'm at the farm predominantly by myself. Occasionally friends come down, but 80% of the time I'm here by myself. So this year I learned a lot about being a mechanic, how to do a lot of the work on the Jeep that I was expecting and wasn't expecting. I did a new clutch, did some welding work, accidentally had an unmanned journey of the Jeep down this hill that I'm on, and it hit a tree down there about at 30 miles an hour. And Andy was a big help. He brought his backhoe, got me out of it, and spent about 2 months repairing the Jeep to get it up and running again. Still has some squirreliness about it, but overall, I've put 1,000 miles on it since then. Big thank you to John Perry with the Wildland Forestry. I met with him because our community does a lot with the Park Service to make sure that if there was a wildfire that went through here, we have natural breaks with the roads. And John Perry, I asked him if there's anything that I could do to help him out, maybe some volunteering. And he asked, hey, if you're interested, we got a pack test coming up in a couple months. So I exercised for that, did that, still going through the tests. There's 2 tests online that you got to finish before you can actually become a wildland firefighter. So we'll be finishing that up in 2016. Also in 2015, I did a lot of videos on Facebook and YouTube, about one every single week for the whole year. That was about my objective for the year, and I met it. It was challenging. It's really hard to get this camera out, set it all up, and do the work that I need to do at the farm. But it's really rewarding. I know that there's a lot of people that are interested in this kind of back to the land kind of movement. I know when I was up in Canada, I would watch things like Wrangler Star all the time and just fantasize about what was going on. Seeing him work with the wood, felling trees, and then turning it into planks of wood for some kind of timber framing project. That was really appealing to me. And if it wasn't for individuals like him, or nothing fancy, just grabbing his pack and going out in the woods and getting himself into some good pickles occasionally, I would have never came up with the idea of, hey, I want to retire at a young age. So big thanks to that. I know it's hard for you all to do that, and I appreciate it. And I think in 2016, I like to go to some of those videos that kind of got me interested in this lifestyle. Nothing fancy, just throwing on a pack and going into the woods. I think that's wicked cool. This is about 250 miles to Philadelphia. I spent a lot of time in Philadelphia. I think it'd be really cool to maybe hike from Philadelphia down to the farm. Maybe take me about 7 to 10 days. Maybe throw in some curveballs. Maybe have some of my friends figure out the pack that I'm going to bring down with me. And maybe that pack will have some curveballs in that too, because it doesn't have everything that I would want. But kind of having to push through that. Maybe riding my bicycle from the farm up to Philadelphia or up to Delaware. That could be really cool. So if that's something that would interest you all, let me know, because that's something that I think would be really challenging, and I could learn a lot I appreciate you all watching me in 2015, and keep posted. 2016 is gonna be excited. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe to this channel. I appreciate it so much. Talk to you all later. Peace. This is the Badass Homesteader.